It's crazy, but we're getting ready to list our house right now. And so I thought I would do a vlog and kind of vlog through this whole process. So let's go ahead and jump in. So if you're new here, my name is Katie and I am a mom of 3 kids. I'm a foster and adoptive mom, and I do make a lot of foster and adoptive content on my channel, but I also like to share things about home and lifestyle and travel and things like that. And so if any of that interests you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. And if you're curious about like my adoption story or anything like that, if you want to check out some adoption content, I have a whole playlist which I can link above. Anyway, we are putting our house on the market, and we put an offer on another house and it was accepted. And so now I have a lot to do, and I thought I would just share with you guys the process of us cleaning and doing all that stuff and putting it on the market and kind of the ups and downs of that journey. So welcome to this listing our house vlog. So basically, over the course of the last year, we have brought 2 more kids into our home. So we had already had our youngest daughter, and then now we have a 6-year-old and an 11-year-old. And so as you can imagine, our lives went from being pretty calm and just simple, and now there's just a lot more people. Our house is feeling very crowded, and we started kind of looking at houses just to have some more room, because the current house we're in technically has like 4 bedrooms, but one of them is part of our walkout basement, and so it doesn't have windows. And so we don't have any kids sleep in there because I feel like for fire safety, it just doesn't feel good to have them in there. So anyway, we were just feeling like our house was a little crowded for the amount of people that we had and the space we had. It's been a really great house for us, and we have really enjoyed living here. This was my husband and I's first home that we bought together, and when we bought it, we had no kids, and we filled it with 3 kids and a dog. And so it just feels very different than when it was just like 2 of us or 3 of us here. And so we're looking for something bigger, and we found it. We found a house that is probably like 3 times the living space of our current house, which is insane. Which I'll share more about the house later. It's basically like a 70s time capsule, but it's huge. It has so much space. It has this ginormous basement. It has 4 bedrooms, a possible 5th bedroom that we could finish off. Like, there's just so much. I cannot wait to show you that house, as long as, fingers crossed, we can sell this one first. But I'm always really interested in hearing people's situations of like selling a house or buying a house. I love like watching empty home tours and things like that. So I'm kind of hoping to do that along this journey as well. But I wanted to just kind of share with you where we're at in getting our house ready. We do have today, our real estate agent is supposed to come and just look at the house and tell us kind of what the price point could be, things we could work on. So we've been working nonstop the past 2 days to get this house ready because our yard was in complete disarray. We have the best group of friends. They came over yesterday and they were here for hours and hours and hours helping us. So that was so amazing. I'm so thankful for those people in our community. My best friend came over, her fiance came over, a friend who actually used to live with us for a while came over. It was so helpful. I cannot even tell you. So I do still have quite a bit to get done today, so I probably shouldn't be talking too long, but I'll show you kind of where we're at and give you some updates. And this will probably be like a multi-day, possibly multi-week vlog, because I want to show like the whole process from getting the house prepared to listing it to like maybe the ups and downs of that, of showing the house, and then hopefully finally selling it. So time to get real with you and show you what my room currently looks like. No shame, it's not too bad actually, but we've got a bunch of little things out that we're sorting through, so I'll show you kind of what it looks like now. So this shelf looks really nice, but then if you go to the floor, it's a little messy through here. It's just little things I need to pick up, and I've been trying to sort. There's my little Highland cow stuffed animal I got in Scotland. He's my favorite. So, but other than that, like, closet's pretty good, not too bad. I'm gonna take some of this stuff out so it doesn't look so cluttered. And then our bathroom is pretty bad right now, so I need to put all that laundry away. There's a lot I need to do in here. There's a giant bag of trash. I've been cleaning everything. My mom helped, when she came, she cleaned this. My mom was like amazing. As soon as she found out that this was happening, she was like, okay, I'm gonna come to your house, I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna take your kids for a few days, which is honestly the nicest thing anyone could ever do for me. because when my kids are here, you know, they're just like, they need us a lot and we're trying to get stuff ready. And so I'm super thankful for that. That is making a huge difference in how much I'm able to get done. So this is our kitchen, and we actually just had it professionally cleaned to like the grout. And so we're not supposed to go in there for like 2 hours. So thankfully I've pretty much cleaned the kitchen anyway. And yeah, it looks like they took off that vent there. They cleaned it, and I'm very excited to see how it will look. It looks super clean right now. I'm very, very happy with that. And then this is our dining room and kind of how far it is right now. There's a lot of stuff out, but it's all little stuff. Like I have cleaning supplies, snack, and then some of the arts and crafts stuff. And then this is our living room, which I'm sorting through some stuff and putting it in boxes. Getting rid of a bunch of stuff. Oh, there's Suki. I'm not going to get rid of her. She's so cute. And yeah, so this room isn't terrible either. It's just like the little things that are still out. You're the cutest little puppy. Yeah, Suki definitely knows that something is up. It's so funny, but dogs really can tell when like something is up. Anytime we get out our suitcases and start packing anything, she gets really nervous and like really cuddly. And so I think she's been a little nervous because she's probably like, these people never clean this much. Why are they starting now? So we've been trying to give her lots of cuddles and stuff, but she'll be okay. She'll have a lot of room at the new house, if we can sell this one, to run around and play. Here's my son's room, which I painstakingly cleaned yesterday with my friends who came over to help, and oh my goodness, it was awful. He left so many toys out when he left for my parents' house, and he had this rug and it was so dirty, so it's looking a lot better now. Crazy too, because like when we moved into this house, that floor was horrible. It was this crusty carpet. I'm not even joking you. Crusty carpet. That's how old it was. It was a super short. That carpet was probably from like the 60s, like, and not taken care of. It was awful. So my husband and I put in this floor, and it's just like a laminate one, but we really like it. And this was originally our youngest daughter's room before we got the other kids and we switched everybody around. I honestly just can't even tell you how much better this room looks than it used to. Floors make a huge difference. That is something I've learned from living here. Also, this room before we moved in looked 100% different than this. We put up all of this white kind of board and batten. We painted this wood, which I know some people don't like, but we did leave a lot of natural wood in most of our house. We just wanted to paint this area, and then we painted the wood in the dining room. Really have made tons of improvements to this house over the course of the time we've lived here. Not that it was bad or anything before, but it's just a lot cuter now, I think. And usually I think our house kind of surprises people because the front looks super tiny and not that impressive. Like our curb appeal is not that great. It's just one of those houses that's kind of hard to have good curb appeal, but the inside is really surprising to people because they're like, oh, I don't know how it's going to be. And they walk in, they're like, wow. So I'm hoping that's what will happen with buyers, that they might be kind of like, I'm not sure. And then when they walk in, they're really pleasantly surprised. So we'll see. Anyway, I have to stop talking and I have to start cleaning up stuff in my room because time is of the essence right now. Look how clean and shiny this kitchen is right now. Our whole house is clean and shiny, and it feels so nice. Okay, so it has been quite a long day, quite a long couple of days because I have gotten very, very little sleep the past, like 3 or 4 nights because all we've been doing is trying to get this house ready, and we actually did it. Like it was probably 2 hours before the realtor was supposed to come, and our dining room was still like covered in stuff. So I'm really happy. So it was like 2 hours before the realtor was supposed to show up, and I was like, we are not gonna be done. Like, we're just gonna have to tell him, hey, can you come back tomorrow and take pictures because we just could not get it ready. And somehow we did it. Now I will say that when we started cleaning, and yesterday when we had all that help, like I was probably focusing too much on the little details, like making sure the walls were clean and wiped down, making sure the cabinets were clean and wiped down, instead of like the big things I needed to put away. And so I was left with like a lot of big stuff out, but all the detail cleaning was kind of done. So we got it done. And the realtor came, he looked around, and I feel like he was like, oh, this is nice, you know? So we were super happy about the meeting that we had with him, because the kind of range we were thinking of listing the house at, you know, we estimated low when we were calculating our loan amount and stuff, just in case, you know, we want to have wiggle room. But yeah, it was about 20,000 more than what, about 15,000 more what the realtor kind of suggested, and it was at the high end of what we had hoped as what we should put our asking price for. So that would be amazing if it goes. And also in the area we live, our house is like a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, and we checked the listings, and currently there are absolutely no 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom houses within the price range that we are posting in. And so that is going to give us a really good advantage, I think. So we're really excited about that. And it feels like everything with this whole process has just lined up perfectly. A lot of things, like we just feel like God is lining things up perfectly for this to happen. And even the fact that there's no houses available in this price range at all, like that are this big, that is really going to help us, because the market is, you know, really lacking, and there's a lot of people looking for houses. So I think that will help us sell more quickly. And maybe I'll also give you a little tour of the house in a minute. So here is our clean living room, which, to be fair, this room is typically like the cleanest of the house, because our kids mostly use the downstairs living room. Our room is also very clean. I did mess up the bed a little bit because I was laying there a second ago. And our bathroom is nice and clean. Okay, so a lot has happened, and we've been still working really hard because
so tired.
We ended up just like trying to get more done in the house, making it look good. So anyway, yesterday we were working, and the house didn't get listed until like 4 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
And so our realtor was like, you know, I don't know that you're really going to get any showings tonight. So we decided to go out to eat with our friends. Well, as soon as we're almost there, they were like, oh, in 30 minutes, or in an hour, someone wants to come look at it. We're like, we're not going to be back in time
Right.
if we eat, and we were starving. So thankfully we got one of our friends from church to come to our house, get our dog, take her to her house. She like even cleaned up some stuff, you know, because we had it mostly ready, but there were a couple of things we had left out because we just weren't expecting anyone to come. So she was awesome, came and did that. And then the people looked at the house, and then we didn't hear anything until today. And then today we have 3 showings, and we have 2 scheduled for tomorrow and 1 scheduled for Saturday. And today's Wednesday. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
Now, someone made an offer. Do you want to explain that
Yeah, so the person who saw it last night, they made an offer this afternoon, I think. And they offered high. The big thing was that they wanted us to make a decision tonight.
By 10.
By 10 o'clock.
And they didn't even tell us that they made an offer until like what?
We didn't know until around 5 or 6.
I'm like, that's not enough time. So I felt like they were trying to put pressure on us. And we just didn't feel right about it. Like at first I was like, maybe we should. But we've never sold a house before, and that just seems too fast to be forced to make a decision. Now, if he had given us 24 hours, I could definitely make that decision by tomorrow evening and feel much better about it.
Yeah.
But, and then someone else was going to put in an offer, and then they didn't. And so we were kind of bummed about that. Because if there had been another offer and we could compare the two, we may have accepted it just because we would have been able to compare it to something else. So I'm like, right. To me, one day is worth it. And if the guy's willing to wait until tomorrow, maybe we'll accept it. I don't know.
Yeah. I felt like he knows it's a seller's market and he really wants the house. And he was trying to pressure us into making a fast decision and only considering his offer. Could be wrong about that. He might be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's only been listed for a little over a day. So wasn't willing to make that kind of decision.
It's after 10 now, so obviously we said no, but hopefully he'll at least hang on to tomorrow and see what happens. But honestly, I kind of just hope we get a different buyer. Mm-hmm. The one good thing about his offer, though, is that it wasn't contingent on the sale of like his own house, right? Because our like one we're buying is contingent on the sale of our house. So we don't want to create like a domino effect to where like if he takes a sale contingent on his house and blah, 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 then it like affects all of us, and we don't want to lose out on this house that we've made an offer on because it's really amazing. It's an amazing house, which I can't wait to like show you guys that sometime, hopefully, as long as we get it. I can't wait to show you guys because it's going to be an amazing renovation process. The other thing we wanted to share with you was that Nick has some exciting news, so I'll let him share it.
Yeah. So I was offered a position as a part-time pastor at a church about 20 minutes south of us, which is pretty exciting.
And when he says part-time pastor, it doesn't sound as cool as it is because he's like the head pastor. It's just a really small church.
It's a small church, yeah.
So
they can only really afford and need a part-time pastor right now.
Like, as in small, it's like less than 25 people.
Yeah.
With us, it might be over 25. But
the addition of our family increased the church attendance by 18% or something like that.
And the other thing about this church that made us a little nervous about it, but I think it'll be okay, is there are only 2 other kids in the whole church other than our kids. But the 2 other kids are also adopted, and so we think that's kind of cool that there'll be that connection. And so, I don't know. It's definitely a new adventure, but that's part of the reason why we were able to get a bigger house and like a more expensive house than what we have now, because we're going to have more income. And we weren't really like seriously looking for a house. This one just popped up. And we've been looking at houses for like 2 years. Like if we see one that we think that could work. But this one is just so perfect for our family. Yeah, we'll tell you more about the house later, but I just wanted to say that Nick got that job and something he's wanted for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. I'm sure we'll give more updates about that as it comes. But we're really praying that there will be like 2 more offers tomorrow so that we can get this thing sold and not be worried and kind of like in between. So we have 60 days from the time we made our offer on the house to like close on our house that we want to buy. So we still have time. It's not like we're in some super intense time crunch, but
we just want to sell the house before we have to have the kids clean up every time before showing.
Because as of now, the kids are still at my parents' house. They might be coming home tomorrow, so we're like, please, someone buy the house tomorrow.
That'd be really
because that would not be fun for them or for us. So we'll see. But anyway, that is our update, and hopefully we'll have good news tomorrow. Good morning, and by good morning, I mean afternoon. If you watch my vlogs, you know how it goes. I like to sleep in, especially when my kids aren't here. So I was trying to take advantage of that. We were up pretty late. So unfortunately, we have not received any other offers this morning, but we do have 2 showings, like I mentioned last night. But really all I want today is like an offer. That would be amazing. Anyway, I am currently putting stuff away because last night Nick and I went to Target and I got the Mrs. Myers Acorn Spice one, which is like the fall scent. And I know that right now it is only August, but I love fall so much. And I also got this one, which Nick said he didn't like it as much, but I really liked it. It was apple cider. I think it doesn't smell as like quintessentially fall. Like I feel like it could be like any time of year. So I got 2 of these, and then I got 1 apple cider one, and then I got 1 of each soap. So I got this Mrs. Myers Acorn Spice soap, and then I also got the apple cider one. So that was pretty exciting because I really like the seasonal scents that they have. Okay, so we have a lot of updates, and it has been several days since we've updated because everything's been like a whirlwind.
It's been super crazy.
So I think the last time we updated, we had like a few people look at the house.
Yeah,
I think it was like,
sounds right.
I can't remember exactly. I think it was like the night before that more people were looking at the house.
Did we have the offer yet?
No.
Oh.
So, okay. So, we had the first, I think we had the first offer.
I thought we had the first
So, I'm pretty sure the last time we updated you, we had 1 offer on the house. It was actually the first person who had looked at it. And the offer they gave was asking a lot, though. It was like, they gave us a good offer. Like, it was $10,000 over asking, and they were willing to go up to like $20,000 over asking, which is crazy. A lot of things they wanted us to pay for, and they wanted occupancy right away.
Yeah, a huge chunk of closing costs and specific things that needed to get done, and
Yeah, it was very specific. So we were like, I don't know. And they want us to answer by 10 p.m. the same night they made the offer, which they made it at like 5. And then the next day, someone was looking at our house at about like 1. We had 3 different showings that day. And a couple made an offer on our house. So, and they offered this, no, they offered
5,000 more
than the first guy's offer. So it's 15,000 over asking. They also gave us 2 weeks before they would have occupancy after closing, which is like super nice for us because moving is really hard, especially with 3 kids and working and all that stuff. So we were really excited about that. Yeah, they just weren't asking for quite as much.
Yeah, same type of loan.
It's an FHA loan.
Yeah.
Which I guess there are more requirements. We did not know this, but like you can't have any chipped paint. You have to have like handrails if there's more than 3 steps. So Nick's been building a lot of handrails. But anyway, we compared the 2 offers, and going with the second offer seemed like the much better option. And so we went with that. We accepted it. And their realtor said, oh, they're going to be so happy because they were going to make an offer on our house before they even could get a showing of it because they really wanted it. And the realtor was like, no, you need to look at it, which is smart.
Yeah. We found out too that the other offer, the guy had like put in an offer on another house too.
Yeah. So I don't think he was super sold.
Yeah. It seemed really sketchy. You know, if anything showed up in an inspection that, you know, wasn't like a deal breaker but was minimal, it kind of seemed like maybe he would have just bailed because he really wasn't that into the house. Whereas
like this couple, they were really, really interested. So we feel really good about it. Obviously, things are still in the air. So Monday, which is tomorrow actually, because it's been several days since we recorded. Tomorrow, they're going to come do their first inspection. And then I guess like later, we'll have an FHA inspection too. So we have to get some stuff done. Nick's been working on quite a few things. But yeah, and Nick just had his first Sunday at our new church. Yeah. So lots of stuff is going on. Kids are handling it. Not the greatest, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. They were okay about going to the new church, actually. They were less nervous. Today,
as far as like from a nerves and being nice to people.
Yeah. Not being just like grumpy with people.
Yeah. They were nice. I think they did better in that front. But they were still crazy.
Yeah, which is normal for them.
Yeah.
So anyway, really exciting house update. We're super excited that we got such a good offer. We are making so much more on this house than we expected. So much more than we paid for it only 4 years ago. And we still can't believe that the people for the other house accepted our offer and that we're getting that house.
I know.
Like every day we go back and look at pictures of the listing and we're like, oh my gosh, we're actually getting this house. So it's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah. Because, I mean, when I looked at it the first time, I was like, this is a great house if it was $60,000 cheaper.
And then it became $60,000 cheaper.
Yep.
So, So anyway, we're really looking forward to getting things kind of more settled so that we can do an inspection on the next house. And hopefully everything will go smoothly and we can get to closing. Closing is supposed to be
early September.
September 7th. So today is August 8th, so we have a little over a month. So, but just wanted to take you through this selling and buying a new house process because I find it interesting. So anyway, probably catch you with our next update. Hello there. It has been so long since I updated this. I actually low-key forgot that I recorded so much. So I wanted to just kind of wrap this up and explain where we are in the process right now. And I'm going to end this video because I think most of the other stuff I want to share later. So first of all, obviously we accepted the offer on the house and we are now at the stage where the buyers have had their first inspection. This is like their regular inspection, not the FHA inspection that we have to do. And that went totally fine. And we were absolutely shocked at how little they asked us to fix in the house. But because the first inspection went so well, we did remove the sales contingency from our agreement for buying the new house, which I guess we have to do in order to make the inspection. And so this Wednesday, we are having the inspection done, and which means we get to get back into the house, which I am so excited to get back into the house. I cannot wait because, you know, when you're looking at a house and then you decide to buy it, there's like so long in between you looking at it and then you actually moving in. And I'm already starting to think a lot about like the organization things I want to do and like how I want to do things in the pantry, but I can barely remember what the pantry looks like right now or like how big it is. And I think it would just be helpful even as I try to figure out what types of organizational things do I have that I want to keep and what things may not work in that house because I don't want to move things if I don't have to. We're also scheming to renovate something in the house because we will have some additional money because of how high we were able to sell our house for. And since we're moving into the 70s dream house, there are a few things I would like to bring into the 21st century. Namely, the kitchen and the master bath are kind of the two we're really considering doing. If you have a vote, tell me your vote in the comments. I would love to know which one would you do. Maybe once you see the kitchen and you see the bathroom, that might help. But just imagine wallpaper, 70s everything, a blue toilet, okay? Is that setting the stage for you? You can tell me what you think in the comments below. We are set to close on our house on September 7th, the house we currently are selling. And then we should be closing on the house we're buying on either the 8th or the 9th. I'm so excited to show you more of our house, our new house. I'm definitely going to do an empty house tour, so I hope you'll come along for that. And I also have a home tour of this house that I filmed quite a while ago when it was all clean and perfect before I started packing. And so I'll kind of show our older home. I did that partially for me so that I could look back and like remember all the different parts of this house and what it was like when we lived here. But I also wanted to just do it because I think it's kind of fun. I enjoy looking at house tours and seeing how people arrange their houses. I don't know about you, but I'm just like super nosy. I love looking at house listings, and house videos are even better to me because I just want to know how people decorate and how people organize things and all of that. So hopefully you will enjoy being nosy as well. Anyway, I hope you are doing well, and let me know your vote down in the comments of master bathroom renovation or kitchen renovation. And maybe that will be much better of a question once I show you the empty house tour, but you can give your preliminary votes now. Hope you're having an amazing week, and I look forward to seeing you next time.